Welcome to the Vocabulary Podcast by IMS Gujarat. Featuring today IMS Vocab, Episode 14, Words 2576 to 2600. Let us begin. Word 2576 is invoke, spelling Invoke, meaning to call on for assistance or protection. Example: the villagers would often invoke Lord Ayapa's blessings before sending a youth for his first Sabarimala pilgrimage. Word 2577 is involuntary, spelling Involuntary, meaning unwilling. Example: an involuntary bow escaped the young cricketer's back each time Sachin Tendulkar walked past the Mumbai net practice. Word 2578 is involution, spelling Involution, meaning complication. Example: the legal involutions of the property case kept the Lucknow lawyer chasing paper and dates for nearly 9 long years. Word 2579 is involve, spelling Involve, meaning to draw into entanglement, literally or figuratively. Example: the new highway project will involve acquiring farmland from at least 3 villages along the Meerut Belt. Word 2580 is invulnerable, spelling Invulnerable, meaning that cannot be wounded or hurt. Example: the ancient Golconda fort, built of massive granite blocks, seemed almost invulnerable to the mughal cannon fire of the 17th century. Etymology note: invoke grows from the Latin vocer, meaning to call, the same root that blossoms into vocabulary, vocation, voice, and convocation. So to invoke a deity at a Kerala temple is literally to call upon that deity. Notice how the simple call at the heart of Vokar spreads across a whole word family, from the priest chant to the graduation day convocation at IIT Madras. Word 2581 is inwardly, spelling Inwardly, meaning with no outward manifestation. Example: the maths teacher smiled inwardly when the quiet student from Srinagar finally solved the equation that had stumped the whole Kota batch. Word 2582 is iota, spelling Iota, meaning a small or insignificant mark or part. Example: the strict Tamil lawyer would not change a single iota of the contract, even when the producer from Chennai pleaded through the evening. Word 2583 is irascible, spelling Irascible, meaning prone to anger. Example: the irascible music director would shout at his violinists over the slightest mistuned note during Mylapore music season. Word 2584 is irate, spelling Irate, meaning moved to anger. Example: the irate shopkeeper in Chandni Chowk threatened to call the police when the tourist tried to bargain below half the quoted price. Word 2585 is ire, spelling Ire, meaning wrath. Example: the principal's wrath fell on the entire hostel wing after a midnight ragging incident was reported at the BITS Palani campus. Word family: irascible, irate, and ire all spring from the Latin ira, meaning anger. Ire itself became the English ire unchanged in spelling. Irascible simply adds the suffix "-cere", meaning to begin to be. So an irascible person is one who is constantly beginning to feel angry. Picture the flared nostrils of a Lucknow professor disturbed mid-lecture. That pose is ira in action. Word 2586 is iridescence, spelling Iridescence, meaning a many-colored appearance. Example: the iridescence of the peacock feathers at the Sariska Palace garden caught and scattered the morning light in shifting blues and greens. Word 2587 is iridescent, spelling Iridescent, meaning exhibiting changing rainbow colors due to the interference of the light. Example: the iridescent oil slick on the rain-soaked Marine Drive asphalt shimmered under the late evening street lamps of Mumbai. Quick tip: Iridescence and iridescent come from the Greek iris, meaning rainbow, the same Iris who served as the god's messenger in Greek mythology. The iris of the human eye borrowed the same name for its own colored ring. So whenever you watch a Pavbhaji stall steam catch a Mumbai sunset, those fleeting rainbow hues carry the name of a Greek goddess. Word 2588 is Irk. Spelling: I-R-K, meaning to afflict with pain, vexation, or fatigue. Example: the constant beep of the auto rickshaw meter began to irk the passenger stuck in a magenta line jam beyond Janakpuri. Word 2589 is Irksome. Spelling: I-R-K-S-O-M-E, meaning wearisome. Example: the irksome humidity of August in Kolkata soaked every fresh cotton kurta within minutes of leaving home. Word 2590 is irony. Spelling: I-R-O-N-Y, meaning censure or ridicule under cover of praise or compliment. Example: the irony of the situation was that the very bank which had advertised hassle-free loans now rejected the small dhaba owner's application. Word 2591 is irradiance. Spelling: I-R-R-A-D-I-A-N-C-E, meaning luster. Example: the irradiance of the oil lamps at Varanasi's Dashishwami Ghat during Ganga Aarti turned the dark river into a sheet of gold. Word 2592 is irradiate. Spelling: I-R-R-A-D-I-A-T-E, meaning to render clear and intelligible. Example: the Economist's lecture at ISI Bangalore irradiated many gray areas in the GST rollout for the assembled PhD scholars. Word 2593 is irrational. Spelling: I-R-R-A-T-I-O-N-A-L, meaning not possessed of reasoning powers or understanding. Example: the panic buying of salt across UP villages was driven by an irrational rumor that supplies would run out by Monday. Word 2594 is irreducible. Spelling: I-R-R-E-D-U-C-I-B-L-E, meaning that cannot be lessened. Example: the irreducible minimum wage for construction workers in Kerala was fixed by the state after the landmark brigade strike. Word 2595 is irrefragable. Spelling: I-R-R-E-F-R-A-G-A-B-L-E, meaning that cannot be refuted or disproved. Example: the DNA evidence presented in the Rohini court was irrefragable, leaving the defense counsel with no ground to stand on. Word 2596 is irrefrangible. Spelling: I-R-R-E-F-R-A-N-G-I-B-L-E, meaning that cannot be broken or violated. Example: the sadhu treated his vow of silence as irrefrangible, refusing to speak even when the bank in Rishikesh wrongly debited his ashram account. Memory aid, irreducible, irrefragable, and irrefrangible all carry the double negative Latin prefix "ire", a form of and meaning not, and the second R that smooths the consonant cluster. Irreducible cannot be reduced further, irrefragable cannot be broken in argument, and irrefrangible cannot be broken at all. The shared "ire" prefix is a steady red flag telling you that some action is simply impossible. Picture the "ire" roadblock at the mouth of any verb you meet. Word 2597 is irrelevant. Spelling: I-R-R-E-L-E-V-A-N-T, meaning inapplicable. Example: the IELTS examiner cut the candidate short, calling his anecdote about IPL matches entirely irrelevant to the topic on environmental conservation. Word 2598 is irreligious. Spelling: I-R-R-E-L-I-G-I-O-U-S, meaning indifferent or opposed to religion. Example: the retired professor, almost irreligious in his rationalism, refused to take part in any ritual at the family puja in Pune. Word 2599 is irreparable. Spelling: I-R-R-E-P-A-R-A-B-L-E, meaning that cannot be rectified or made amends. For example, the floods caused irreparable damage to the old manuscript collection at the Karakuti Library within a single morning. Word 2600 is irrepressible. Spelling: Irrepressible. Meaning: that cannot be restrained or kept down. Example: the irrepressible Daler Medi energy of the Baraatis kept the Patiala wedding dancing well past 3 in the morning. Thank you for listening to the Vocabulary Podcast by IMS Gujarat.